Hello my friends, I'm standing here in front of the Museum of the Moving Image, which has a special, very special Jim Henson exhibit permanently here, if I remember right. The last time I was here was 2019 for the anniversary of Sesame Street, and I did not vlog my trip through the exhibition. So did it really happen? I don't know. We're here to make amends on that. I invite you to come along. Let's go check it out. All right, here we are, the Jim Henson Exhibition. All right, let's turn around here and look at the first display of puppets. It looks amazing. I see stuff from Sesame Street. Is that a podling from the Dark Crystal? Yes, it is. Who's this guy? Don't quite recognize you. Who is that? Mean Floyd? I don't know. I mean, I recognize this honker guy. Oh, and Wendell from Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. I wonder how many of you guys have seen that one. Apparently this is the first show Jim Henson put together. It was called Sam and Friends. Wow, it was 1955 to 1961. I didn't realize that the roots of the Muppets and all that was going that far back. Is that Kermit with hair? Wait, there's a woman's voice coming out of that. I'm confused. So this really old TV setup with a Ernie Kovacs show on there. Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, or It's Time for Ernie. I don't know the difference, but apparently a lot of the humor and style of what the Muppets would become was based on this guy. Very interesting. And back here behind me, we have Kermit from the Muppet movie. Look at that. And I guess, oh, this is what he wore for doing the voice. Like so. Right there. So it looks like they use Kermit for all sorts of things, because again, that's a female voice coming out of that puppet. This is from the Steve Allen Show. I'm not quite sure what this puppet is. A face cloth puppet? What the heck just happened? I don't know, but they have the face cloth puppet here. Oh, I recognize these guys. Java puppets. Oh, they have them in action here. Super simple. It just has like handles in the back there. Wow. But then when I bring them to life, it looks so cool.
I really love my community coffee.
You ought to see a psychiatrist.
I did. That's who told me about community coffee. I used to love my raincoat.
Okay, buddy, what do you think of Wilkins coffee?
I never tasted it.
Now, what do you think of Wilkins?
So I'm watching some of these little commercials here. They're featuring Wilkins and Wantkins puppets. Oh, jeez, they just lit that one on fire. Anyway, these are hysterical. They have like a whole thing of these on YouTube. I'm going to put some at the end for you guys to enjoy. This is hysterical. Want a cup of Red Diamond instant coffee? No, I've got a job. And then what? He shoots him? Jeez. Apparently they were so popular that they made toys and little hand puppets and stuff. News to me, but it's so funny. This one especially, I don't know which is which, but this guy is funny. I had no idea that it did so much commercial work. This is a dragon they made for a chicken chow mein that comes in a can? Huh. And a sketch for Delbert, the Choi dragon. How wild. Now here's a familiar face. We have Rowlf. This is the one that they sold. I had no idea it was so popular, huh? Looks like just nearby they have the actual Rowlf puppet. So it required 2 people to operate so that he could play the piano. Apparently he showed up on the Jimmy Dean show And that's kind of where he became famous. They have a little blurb here about Rowlf. He was built for Purina dog chow commercials and rose to fame as he was a comic sidekick on the Jimmy Dean Show. Huh. And it was the first puppet that Henson and Frank Oz performed together. The next section is all about Sesame Street. It's like they started this in, 75? Is that when it started? That doesn't sound right. But when I did, it started in 69, right? Because we celebrated the 50th anniversary not too long ago, if I remember right. But we have here the puppet. Is he really known as Fat Blue? I recognize him. I didn't know that that's what they called him. But yeah, this dude's famous. He's been all over the place. Look at that. So wow, they have a bunch of different puppets here. Some you'll recognize, I hope. If you're watching this vlog, I hope you recognize Big Bird, Cookie Monster, Elmo, and Prairie Dawn. But yeah, wow. That's so cool. What are these boots? Platform shoes that were used. I never realized that, some of the shorter people would need platform shoes to perform. And of course, a photo with Kevin Clash, and the headbands look so improvised, but they look like super comfy. They'd have to be, right? Well, here's a fun fact. Apparently, Cookie Monster back in the day had really sharp teeth when he was used for commercials and stuff, but now it's just cookies, no teeth. The last one, it's Carol Spinney, who was Big Bird. And oh my gosh, this thing is gigantic. It's at least like 3 feet taller than me. But this is the harness that he would wear. Imagine. Oof. Moving beyond these puppets here, we have Oscar the Grouch. Apparently, they have a sketch of him over here. He was originally pink. I think he debuted as orange, and then they went with the green that we know him in. Oh, and there's Barkley. I forgot about Barkley. Remember, it was like a person in a suit, right? Yeah, it was like a pet to Linda. Wow. What else we got here? Some sketches of Bert and Ernie. And then some photos of them being made. So that was the Sesame Street section. Now, we're moving on to the Muppets. I think this one will be my favorite part. Oh my goodness. It's Waldorf and Statler. This is amazing. These guys were heckling the whole time during the show. It was, gosh, can't believe seeing these. And they had full bodies. I think that maybe when they got to the Muppets, they were full bodies. You can tell that a lot of the other ones, they were just kind of torsos. I can't believe they have a Swedish chef here. This is so good. The concept art, though. He looks way too angry here. But, yeah. That's awesome. Now, these guys, I faintly remember, they're the Kuzabanians. You have the male on the left, right? Top left is the male, then the female, and then the pups. And then over here we have some of the stuff from Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. We got Zoot right here. And then that was an animal costume. Was that a Dr. Teeth design? Whoa. That is intense. Oh, this is awesome. And then they have a Janice outfit. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow. Is this the actual one that Gonzo would be in? Tell me. Is that an old sketch of Fozzie? That's awesome. Oh, is it the sign that... Maybe it's the sign that Kermit would ride on. But wow, that's so cool. I guess the one that Gonzo had like a hinge on the door on the O, right? Now they have here a set model for the wedding scene of the Muppets Take Manhattan. I can't imagine what an undertaking something like that was, because it was super elaborate. Speaking of elaborate, they have here Miss Piggy in her wedding gown. Wow. Next section is called Immersive Worlds, and I have an idea what this is going to be. Oh, yeah. It is the Fraggles. We got some Fraggles here. Let's see, what are you? Cantus, Gobo, and then I can't forget Uncle Traveling Matt. This guy was amazing. His segments were my favorite part of the Fraggles. It's so cool that they're here, and I also think they have Doozers behind me. Yes. Amazing. Now, I don't know what kind of puppets these are, because they seem to use like handles or something like that. Lucky for me, they have a little demonstration here.
Tom is doing over here. Of course, there's no limit to the, only your imagination limits what the ways you can move these creatures about using this system. Bye-bye.
Next up is Labyrinth, another favorite of mine. They even have this little cannonball from the scene at the end where Ludo's letting loose all the rocks. And the costumes for the actors. Oh gosh, the Goblin King. Let me be warned, or let you be warned, that the David Bowie pants is a thing. That crotch was intense on that costume, so much so that I believe they edited it in other versions of it. Now I'm in the Dark Crystal little section here. I'm not a super big fan of the Dark Crystal. I appreciate what it did for like puppetry and stuff. It was very innovative. But it's also like, there's some really unwholesome, weird scenes in there that kind of creeped me out as a kid. Speaking of creepy, here is Jen and Kira's, I guess this is how they remotely operated like the eyes and stuff, so they could emote and blink and all that. But then we have stuff like this guy. Like, imagine being a kid in the 80s and seeing this thing. Oh, the Skeksis were so gross. They were so gross. This one is Skekzok. I don't even know how they would puppet it, because it's like, I don't know, maybe they had short performers do it, because it's maybe like 5 foot tall or something like that. I wonder how they puppeted it. Does it say here at all? Yeah, so they had it look like performers and then people who did the voices. Oh, if Jim Henson was the performer, then it must have been remotely, like, it might have been like a regular puppet, but didn't these walk around? Okay, talking too much about the Skeksis. What are these? These are hands for the Mystics. I don't have an example of what the Mystics look like. Well, actually, they have a little photo of him, of the Mystics, right here. Now there's a bonus display here for the character design for the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Like I mentioned before, it was canceled pretty quickly, but I know that these things, just in terms of puppetry, I've never seen anything like it. So they have a few more maquettes here. It looks like they have notes for like different fabrics and stuff to have everything kind of like uniform here. Interesting, even down to this trim. Huh. Monster maquettes. And all the Gelflings. Wow. This is so cool. It's a shame that this show was short-lived, because I remember it being really impressive to watch, even if the story wasn't like 100%. Like, look at this. Wow. That is impressive. Which character is this? I'm looking for your number. Celadon. Wow, look at that costume. I'm like hyper impressed by that one. And oh my gosh, is that who I think it is? That's a fizz gig. Amazing, and definitely upgraded from the original, from the 1982 version. And then this, number 13, Almadra. Definitely didn't remember that name. Wow. Gosh, but these maquettes, they're so expressive. Look at this. Man, what a bummer that this got canceled. Well, guys, that was pretty amazing to see. I hope that one day I can make it down to the Center for Puppetry down in Atlanta. That's going to be my next big visit for all the stuff that I enjoy about puppets. It's something that I wish I had gotten into a long time ago. Maybe one day I will build a puppet of my own or something like that and do some like I have had sketches and stuff, like ideas rattling in my head to do for this channel. Maybe we'll do that one day, but who knows? Maybe I'll start with building a puppet, and that'll be a video. But I hope you enjoyed following along. It was a lot of fun to learn some new stuff here and just see all of this stuff in person. So for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. I hope you go make your own adventure. Bye.
1 truckload Wilkins regular coffee? Check.
What was that?
Wilkins instant coffee? Check. Hey man, what makes you so square?
I don't dig Wilkins coffee.
You should, it really swings.
I have a hunch I'm being followed.
Have you started drinking Wilkins instant coffee?
No.
Oh, I have a hunch you'd better start. I have margarine and another kind of coffee.
I want the cheap stuff.
Sorry, but that other coffee is for the birds. After this, would you buy me a glass of caramel milk?
No.
I only go for a man who drinks caramel. Want some Jomar instant with your pie?
Oh, give me the pie.
Sure you wouldn't like a cup of Jomar to wash it down?
Have anything for people who don't drink Nash's coffee?
Certainly. Here you are, friend. And it won't cost you a cent.
What's a young kid like you doing with a bottle of calcio water?
I'm on the wagon, Pop.
Fresh kid.
How about a sandwich made with Merita bread?
No, I'll take Brand X. Ooh, that smarts. What do you mean tasty bread is baked while you sleep? I'm awake.
Like I said, tasty is baked while you sleep. I like homestyle bread.
I don't.
I love Dugan homestyle bread.
I don't. Just kidding, Mr. Dugan.